So real, so true. The A-level dream is over, but we move. Aw. How art thou? I am good. Hello, hello. Welcome, gamers. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, whenever you're watching this, whatever time it is for you. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, guys. Hi, Matt. Hope y'all are doing good. We're back after the weekend break. We're back with Apollo Justice Ace Attorney. More directly, Dual Destinies Episode 3. Very exciting, very exciting. We're back to school now, gamers. We're back to school. We're lawyering at school. But I hope everyone's doing good. Hello, hello. Oh no, I'm gonna be late. Ah, school time. Finally. So this is it. The illustrious Themis Legal Academy. This is the place where many distinguished lawyers and prosecutors got their start, is it now? When news spread that Mr. Wright had gotten his attorney's badge back, he received a call from his school asking him to pay a visit. Mr. Wright brought us along, hoping we'd learn something from the experience. But no, I had to go and blow it by getting here 30 minutes late. Based on the apparent nature of this chapter, I will not be falling in love. Well, hold your horses, Matt, because Athena's still here. At least it's not all business today. After all, today's their school festival. And I'm sure there's gonna be teachers. Wait, teachers. Wow, this place has school festival written all over it. Literally. But why all the cold stares? Is it because everyone's in a school uniform except me? Well, I like the way I dress. Wonder where Mr. Wright and Apollo are. Oh. Your attention, please. Yes? This is an announcement from the mock trial committee. The mock trial will begin shortly. Look at all the decorations. Wow. All students and faculty, please proceed at once to the lecture hall. Thank you. Alright. Prosecute and Classy Cafe, Guilty Dogs, Culpable, Curry, Art Exhibit, Mock Trial, School Festival, Justitia's Diner, 2-3. Interesting. Oh, did I read Athena's line? Sounds like a mock trial is about to start, but where's this lecture hall? Looks like all the students and faculty are heading that way. Might as well join them. Wait, cat, I just got a noti that cat is live. I'm a BRB. Hi, cat. Hi, Matt. Crazy. Wow, hi. I just went live. Maybe I'll find Mr. Wright and Apollo there. Let's go. October 24th, 1:33 p.m. Famous Legal Academy. 3rd floor, lecture hall. My brand new shiny badge, it shows that I'm a lawyer. Apollo Justice, a lawyer who's been at the agency since before I joined. He has an amazing ability to spot lies through people's tells. Phoenix Wright, the lawyer who owns the agency. I owe him for giving me the chance to become a full-fledged lawyer. Trucy Wright, Mr. Wright's darling daughter. She wants to be a famous magician someday. That's adorable. Notification gig. I actually didn't have notifications on for a long time, and I had no clue I wasn't getting them. Darling daughter. Oh, he spoils her. He loves his daughter. This must be the lecture hall. Wow, they spent some serious money on this place. Yeah. Very technologically advanced. Last game series, we were still using VHS tapes. The district court can't even compete. Hey, Athena! Over here! He uses that scummy lawyer to buy her lots of sweets. Hey. Ah, Mr. Wright, Apollo! I've been looking for you two. I'm so sorry I'm late. Wait, scummy lawyer money. he just goes into the lawyer offices and picks up a random scummy lawyer to pay for sweets. It's okay. Sorry we couldn't wait for you. But we didn't want to be late for our meeting. Lucky for you, the person we're supposed to meet also seems to be running late. Mr. Wright, Mr. Justice, it seems Professor Court has yet to arrive. I don't know. Oh. Hi? Are we in ancient Greece? Or Rome? Or something? Hello? How unprofessorial of her to keep visitors to our esteemed institution waiting like this. I shall make her right. I will not. Oh, who do we have here? Professor Court. That's very discreet. Alright, you haven't been introduced yet. Ah, yes. You must be the young lady Mr. Wright was telling me about. I am... Oh my god. I am Aristotle Means, a professor at this hallowed hall of learning. I oversee the lawyer course here. It is a pleasure to meet you. I'm Athena Sykes. I just recently got my attorney's badge myself. Hello, did I miss much? No, we literally just started. It's nice to meet you too. How wonderful. So vigorous and vivacious. You just earned yourself a gold star. This is the greatest day. Will there be professors code and calculate too? Oh my god. Wow, thanks. That big smile of his is kind of scary though. Ew. God, I hope he's the victim. I hope he dies. Looks like the mock trial's about to begin. What are we gonna do about our meeting? Oh, speaking of the mock trial, do either of you know what it's about? Put those away. Oh, but I thought we had sent a pamphlet to your office. Right, the pamphlet. Whatever happened to that? Alright, let's... Aristotle Means, age 45, a lawyer course professor at the academy. His smile is somewhat scary. Yeah, somewhat. Please say he's the killer and he fires those out of his mouth to kill the person. Please, please. Right, the pamphlet. Whatever happened to that? You won't be seeing it again. Trucy used it for the old rip it up and restore it trick. Unfortunately, it didn't work as advertised. Well, it seems I had better explain the situation then. Thank you, Professor. Now, does anyone have any questions?
I do, Professor. Could you tell me all about your school?
What an excellent question. Here's a gold star for asking. Yay! Our academy has 3 courses to choose from. Students seeking to be lawyers take the lawyer course. Likewise, budding prosecutors take the prosecutor course, and future judges the judge course.
Wow, you have everything here for someone who wants to seriously pursue a career in law.
Yes, well, that's what makes our school special, and even more so. After all, we are to be treated to a lecture by the legendary attorney Phoenix Wright. We can't wait to hear all about his return to the legal profession. And we all know nobody ever takes the judge course. Just send some random girl a picture of Hatsune Miku being crucified. That's incredible.
You're giving a lecture, Mr. Wright? But you're not even a professor. You're a stupid loser who's...
Yeah, well, I'm just giving them what they want. Sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't say it. I didn't say it. Athena said it. That was Athena. She said it. It was her voice. She said it.
Did you even know you were meant to be giving a lecture here today?
Yeah, sort of. But I came early because I was supposed to have a meeting. With the head of the judge course, Constance Court, of course. It's been a whirlwind of a morning. Let's leave it at that. Professor Court. She is a wonderful instructor, but quite unpunctual. I headcanon Athena verbally abuses Phoenix, but not as banter, but from a deep pit of dark hatred. I'd get with that teacher. Okay, Matt.
Oh, so that's who's late.
From what I've heard, our esteemed Mr. Wright here, she can be late to our dates all she wants, is scheduled to hold a training seminar tomorrow, in addition to today's lecture.
A training seminar? For lawyers? What exactly does that involve?
Why, it involves the very skills that make a lawyer a lawyer. He needs to stop smiling. The arm angle when shouting objection, the proper way to strike the podium, how to project one's voice, and most importantly, how to bluff your way to victory. Who exactly do you want me to teach stuff like that to again? What a wonderful question. You just earned yourself a gold star. The great honor of taking a seminar by a famous lawyer and a famous prosecutor. Famous prosecutor, huh? This is what is at stake in this mock trial. The crown jewel. Oh, I dropped all my stuff. Oh, well, it's fine. The crown jewel of the school festival. Tell me to stop playing with cards when I'm streaming. I just keep dropping them all over. The mock trial in question is a prestigious event that every student aspires to win. The top student in the lawyer course and the top student in the prosecutor course face off in a simulated court case set in this very school. As for the case itself, we select the best script written by a judge course student and base our case on that.
Ooh, a one-on-one battle? How thrilling.
So if the student studying to be a lawyer wins, they get to take my training seminar? But what if the other student wins? I'm not a prosecutor, so... There's no cause for alarm. We have a famous prosecutor ready for just such a case. Oh, do you know? A famous prosecutor, you say? But exactly who it is? Well, that is a special surprise.
A famous prosecutor?
No, it can't be. Gasp. I know who it is. Professor Means, forgive me for interrupting you and your guests. I don't know who this. Oh! Wait, is that... Yeah, it is.
I'm Juniper Woods, a senior in the judge course. Professor, the trial will begin shortly. Since you'll be delivering the pre-trial speech, would you mind waiting up in the balcony until we're ready for you?
Oh, it's Juniper. My, how very organized you are, Juniper. You just earned yourself a gold star, too. But what about Professor Court? Well, I suppose she'll eventually arrive. So everyone that does the judge course goes to live in the forest. Now then, I trust you will look after our visitors, Juniper.
Yes, of course, Professor Means. Juniper? Juniper Woods? Is that you? Athena? I almost didn't recognize you. I didn't know you were back from Europe.
Wait, you two know each other? Now that's a coincidence.
We've known each other since we were kids. We're like best friends, right, Junie? Yes, well, we lived close to each other, so we used to play in the forest together. Yeah, like a lot. Why won't she look at me? I guess I shouldn't be surprised since we haven't seen each other in a long time.
Aw. Anyway, we're supposed to go wait in the waiting room, right? Not that I wouldn't mind taking in the mock trial you're putting on today.
Unfortunately, the mock trial is only for students and faculty. There is one seat reserved for Mr. Wright, but no other exceptions are allowed.
Yes, I'm very sorry, but it is part of the student curriculum after all. I hope you won't mind remaining in the waiting room until the trial concludes. Oh, that's too bad. I was hoping to learn something new today. I'll tell you what, Apollo. Why don't you take my place? What? Really? Sure. Besides, I'd like to meet with Professor Court as soon as she gets here.
Aw, no fair! I want to see the mock trial too!
Sorry, I'm gonna let Apollo pull what little rank he has. If it's okay with Professor Means. I'm so excited for this mock trial to go perfectly. But of course, Mr. Wright, if that is what you wish. It's settled then. We'll expect a full and detailed report, Apollo, so pay attention.
Being the new kid sure stinks. If you would please follow me, I'll escort you down to the waiting room on the first floor.
Fine. I'm sure nothing bad's gonna happen during this mock trial. October 24th, 2:15 p.m. Themis Legal Academy, first floor waiting room.
Still no Professor Court. It's been over 30 minutes. And Mr. Wright's snoozing away on the sofa. This is so boring. I should have hid in the lecture hall and spied on the mock trial.
Uh-oh.
What was that?
Athena? I could have sworn I just heard something fall down and break. Is Professor Court dead? She's 100% either dead or the person who we're gonna be defending. 100%. No other options. If you go running now, they'll think it was you.
Well, it wasn't me. I think it came from somewhere outside.
Oh. Well, we better go to have a look, seeing as everyone else is in the lecture hall.
Okay.
Outdoor stage. This is an interesting outdoor stage.
Is this stage for some kind of concert?
Kind of reminds me of a courtroom. Wait, Athena, behind the witness stand.
What? Oh! Uh-oh.
Oh. Ooh. Professor Court, can you hear me? Professor!
Wait, that's who we were supposed to be meeting with?
It looks like our meeting's been canceled for us.
No way. This can't be real.
I think she's okay. She got shot with an arrow. What? What a murder weapon.
I called the police. They should be here soon. I'll go tell everyone in the lecture hall too.
No, wait. They'll find out soon enough once the police get here. Let's do our own crime scene investigation before it gets too crowded around here. Homie, that's so suspicious.
Huh? Are we even allowed to do that?
No. It's no big deal. Yes, it is. As long as we leave it exactly like we found it. Plus, no, never mind. Anyway, we should look around while the scene's still fresh.
But... Okay. You're the boss.
In addition to checking the body, we should also check the area around it. But we don't have much time. Check only what you can. Nervous, Athena?
Yes. I mean, no.
Apollo didn't even bat an eye at the alderman's body during that case in Ninetails Vale.
I can't let him show me up. I can do this. Just take a deep breath and focus.
I think I know who the killer is, Maya Fey. She's a famous prosecutor.
So Professor Court was...
Yep. The professor I was here to meet with. Turns out she wasn't running late after all.
How awful. Here she was lying dead and we thought she was late. What was that you were saying before, boss? You never finished.
Oh, that? Don't worry, I'll fill you in later. But right now, let's focus on the investigation, okay?
Okay, sure.
The suspense is killing me. Alright, let's look. What are these statues? Broken.
I guess I really do have to examine the body. Well, I guess I better get used to stuff like this if I want to be a full-fledged lawyer.
This isn't your job. Your job's not, poking at real dead bodies.
Oh, there's an arrow stuck in her side. Gunshot wounds and stab wounds are pretty common, but arrow wounds?
This is a homicide any way you slice it. In other words, we have a murder on our hands.
A murder? Here? So that makes this arrow the murder weapon. Well, that and the bow that shot it.
Right, but where could the killer have shot her from? The stage is a sea of obstructions. I'm no expert on archery, but it can't be easy to hit a target with this much stuff around.
Would it be possible to kill someone by stabbing them with an arrow?
I'm not sure. Guess we better do some more investigating before jumping to conclusions. Arrow that pierced the victim's side, it's stained with blood. What do we have here? A book? Guessing it fell out of her chest pocket.
Wait! What if it's her diary? That's the most private thing a girl has!
Athena. True, but considering the situation at hand, my apologies to the late Professor Court. Wow, this game is graphic compared to the last installment. Yeah.
No, don't!
22nd, routine report. Need to speak with Hugh O'Connor. 23rd, meet with Hugh about that report yesterday. Important. 24th, 9 a.m. Prep for mock trial. Final confirmation. 1 p.m. Meet with Mr. Wright about training seminar. 2 p.m. Mock trial begins. Looks more like a planner than a diary. Every page seems to have that same sword mark imprinted on it at that.
I still think a girl deserves her privacy, but this may help us solve the case.
Quartz planner. Constant quartz planners. A sword emblem is printed on the cover and on each page. Notice anything strange about the body? Take a deep breath and then take a good look.
Well, now that you mention it,
there's no blood around it. If the victim's body is cold and rigor mortis has already started to dissipate, it would appear that quite some time has passed since Professor Court was murdered. Thing is, the quad was packed with students up until the start of the mock trial.
Wait, then doesn't that mean she was killed at a different location? Oh, I know! The killer moved the body here while everyone was in the lecture hall.
It's a definite possibility. Notice anything else?
Her arms are raised over her head, and there are dark bruises around her wrist.
Yeah, the professor was probably tied up with something.
Eventually, her wrists were unbound, and as she reached up to stretch, she was killed? Actually, I'm not so sure about this theory.
There's not exactly a lot to go on.
I think that's about all we're gonna find out from the body for now.
Nice work, Athena. Your face only turned 5 shades of pale. I was expecting 50. Okay, Phoenix. Okay. We should probably take a picture of the crime scene just in case.
Okay, I'm on it. Say cheese!
Athena. Cheese? And I thought I was the one with the twisted sense of humor.
I think that should do it.
Alright, let's take a better look around the area while we wait for the police to arrive.
This pile of rubble sticks out like a sore thumb. Looks like broken pottery or plaster. Maybe this is the source of that noise we heard?
There were supposedly 2 statues on this stage. I seem to recall hearing that a co-ed from the Fine Arts Club had made them.
There were 2? Then that thing over there is the remains of another statue?
This could be related to the case. Let's take a closer look.
There is something buried in the rubble. The Themis Herald?
Wait, we shouldn't disturb it. Let's just read what we can. Pending declaration of love rocks campus. Interesting.
Final act in torrid love triangle centered on campus. She-devil, Juniper Woods.
Whoa.
Level-headed lawyer course genius and hot-blooded prosecutor course student will go head-to-head in a mock trial battle for the she-devil's black heart.
Oh my god.
Hugh O'Connor has declared that he will confess to her if he wins.
Interesting.
Wait, what? I seriously wish I hadn't read that.
You find that more shocking than discovering a murder victim's body?
But we're talking about my friend Junie here. She'd never lead guys on like that.
Athena, you don't believe everything you read, do you?
Yes, I do.
This article is clearly written with malicious intent. I'm not buying a word of it.
You're right. But it's still disturbing. Even if it's third-rate tabloid material. Themis Herald added to the record. A school paper with a malicious scoop on an alleged love triangle involving Junie.
Interesting.
Wonder what this was a statue of. Whatever it was a reddish purple in color.
When Apollo and I first got here, both statues were already here, but they were covered up. Athena, always believe what is written in newspapers and the internet. I bet they were waiting to unveil them when the school festival moved here to this stage.
You mean this duffel bag looking thing was actually being used to cover the statues? I guess that just leaves the question. Were they broken by accident or on purpose? What a puzzle this is.
Mr. Wright, Athena!
Oh, here comes Apollo. I've never seen anyone move that fast.
Listen, something big's happened. I was at the mock trial when the police announced the body had been found on campus. That's right, and we're the ones who phoned it in. We found Professor Court dead behind the witness stand over there. What? Can you show me?
I want to see a dead body.
What the?
We've already had a quick look at the body. It's definitely a homicide. Once the police get here... No, I know it's a homicide.
I'm shocked because it's the same. Exactly the same.
What?
What does he mean? Whoa there, Apollo. Take a deep breath and explain what you mean. It's the same. The body, that is. It's just like how it was in the mock trial. Ooh. That's interesting.
What? It's like the mock trial?
I know, it sounds crazy, but... The body's location and position, the murder weapon, the lack of pooling blood... It's
all exactly like the mock trial.
Whoa. That's interesting.
You're kidding, right? It can't really be all the same. Can it?
Interesting.
The whole school's in an uproar. There won't be any more classes today. A murder on campus. That's the last thing I expected at a legal academy. I'll go tell Professor Means what we observed when we discovered the body.
I think everyone at the academy did the murder. You two wait here until you've spoken with the police.
Yes, boss.
I can't believe this is happening.
I can't believe we have to wait around here. I can't stay still at times like these. I hope Junie hasn't fainted from the shock of this whole thing. Athena. There you are. Junie, am I glad to see you? I was worried that... Don't worry about me. I am student council president after all. I need to be strong.
Student council president? Wow, I'm impressed. She's really changed. She used to be kind of sickly and shy. Juniper, was it? You mind if we ask you a few questions?
Yeah, we're stuck here waiting for the police, and there's really not much to do. Sure. What would you like to know?
Juniper Woods. I haven't seen you in ages, Junie. What's it been? 7 years or so?
Yes. And I remember how you were always there for me, Athena.
Maybe it's just me, but I wanted to ask why you seem so distant. Remember how you used to call me Thena? I liked it better that way. I felt like we were sisters, you know? Aww.
Yes, but I'm student council president now. And as the student representative of Themis Legal Academy, I have to act properly.
She was never this stiff and formal before. I knew you wanted to be a judge, but I didn't expect this. Such a prestigious school, and you're in the judge course to boot.
Yes, and Professor Court had been in charge of it until, well, you know.
Alright, Professor Court was the professor in charge of Junie's course. What sort of teacher was Professor Court?
If I had to sum her up in a single word, I'd say she was amazing.
Aww. Professor looks scary, not gonna lie. Constance Court, age 47. The professor who invited Mr. Wright here, she was a judge course teacher until she became the victim of this case. Juniper Woods, age 18. A senior in the judge course, she's a good friend and I've known her since childhood.
A judge must always seek the truth. That was her mantra, and she used it in trying to fix what was wrong with our school. She was a beacon of hope in this dark age of the law.
What's wrong with your school? What did you mean by that?
Oh, nothing. Never mind.
Ooh, school drama. Am I imagining things, or did I just detect something in Junie's voice?
Professor Court chose my script for the mock trial.
Oh? You mean all of the students in the judge course had to submit a script? Yeah? Big Destiny 2 guy? Who's the victim? Oh, Matt. Oh, Matt. It's the professor. Bro, I'm such a Destiny 2 guy. I like how everyone refers to the law at the moment as the Dark Age. Like, has nobody tried to change it at this point? No! Oh, you mean all the students in the judge course had to submit a script? Especially after the new DLC. Nice. And yours? Was the one she selected? Wow, that's amazing, Junie.
Oh, thank you. But now Professor Court is... Who would do such a thing? Just yesterday we were working together, trying to get things ready.
Oh.
Excuse me.
Oh. Once again, I'm withdrawing my wife search until another woman of age appears. Are you alright, Junie?
Maybe you should take it easy for a while. So she's still got that cough. Guess she's not as strong as she pretends to be.
Mock trial.
Why do you need a script and a showdown between a lawyer and a prosecutor? Well, we were simulating a trial, so we needed a script as framework. All the details about the incident and the people involved are included in the script. We also prepared a crime scene, photos, and a murder weapon and other kinds of evidence.
Wow, you guys think of everything. Must be hard getting all that ready.
Yes, well, it was only Professor Cord and I. After all, we didn't want the script or other elements of the mock trial to get leaked. We were the only ones in the entire school who knew all the details.
You were? She's getting arrested. Oh, Juniper, she's getting arrested. She's the only one that knew. Must have been a big pain in the, that must have been really difficult.
I wrote the script so that the case could go either way. That way, the defense and the prosecution both had an equal chance of winning.
Oh. If you think that's all she's capable of, you got another thing coming. Is Junie the new Maya, I guess. Huh? Who said that? Oh my goodness. Juniper's genius doesn't stop at her brilliant script. Oh my god, he yells. Yeah! She gave an award-winning performance as the defendant, man! Please, H-check on the right too. Hold on. I can't H-check them yet. I don't know their names yet. I'll check them after. I think I found a rival to my cords of steel.
Hugh, Robin, aren't you going to introduce yourselves to our guests? As student council president, I won't have you treating them rudely.
You're right. I heard Mr. Wright was bringing a couple of guests with him. That would be you two? They are not 12 and 13. They're the people in the love triangle with Juniper, and she's 18, so I'm guessing they're probably her age, okay? That would be you two? Hopefully. Apollo Justice and Athena Sykes.
Yep, I'm Athena Sykes.
And I'm Apollo Justice. Nice to meet you. I'll pass on the handshake, okay. I'm studying to be a lawyer. The name's Hugh O'Connor. But some call me Mr. Perfect, because I never score less than 100% on tests. Okay. Ugh, most pretentious introduction ever. What's with his hand? Is it glued to the inside of his pocket or what? Yeesh. Let me be the first to apologize for Hugh's totally rude introduction. Sorry! Now, here's my intro. I'm Robin Newman. I'm studying to be a prosecutor, like the really cool kind that nails the bad guys. No, where's the sincerity? So he makes pottery too? And what's that brace-like contraption for? Junie sure has made some unusual friends. Alright, are they in the court record now? Are they in the court record? Nope. So I'll get it as soon as they're there, Matt. I'm checking for you.
These two were the lawyer and the prosecutor in today's mock trial. And even though I wrote the script, I also played the part of the defendant. Final act in Torrid Love Triangle, centered on campus she-devil Juniper Woods. Level-headed lawyer course genius and hot-blooded prosecutor course student will go head-to-head in a mock trial battle for the she-devil's black heart. Wait, these two are the guys who supposedly have a thing for Junie? Juniper, come on. Your role's way beyond just that. That's right! The mock trial's just the start. She's also in the school festival's main event. Live on stage, Juniper Woods, and the crowd goes bananas. Woo! There we go, we got him, Matt. Look at, they're both 18, Matt. They're both your age. Hugh O'Connor, a senior in the lawyer course who served as the defense in the mock trial. He seems like kind of a jerk. Robin Newman, a senior in the prosecutor course who served as the prosecution in the mock trial. He tends to shout at people. 18 would. I'm supposed to sing at the school festival.
Hugh, get over here, Junie. You can you get over Junie, you can hang with me.
I'm supposed to sing at the school festival. All the other girls were too embarrassed to try out, so...
My Junie singing? On stage in front of people? Wow, she really has changed.
I was responsible for making everyone's stage costumes.
Oh my god. Wow, this is the stage costume, huh? Looks a little familiar. I think I've seen this somewhere before. Apollo, she's gonna dress up like your mom.
And this is what I'll be wearing. That's amazing, Junie. But then again, you were always good at that kind of thing.
She's the new spirit medium.
These constellations in particular are really something. Oh, thank you. One of my favorite things to do is to look up at the stars in the middle of the forest.
Huh. So you're a fan of the night sky then? Wow, Apollo. Didn't you know you were such a romantic? It's not like that. I have this friend, he and I go way back, who got me really interested in space. Oh, really now? Did he know?
Wait, you had...
Oh my gosh. Wait, you had friends when you were young? Color me surprised.
As student council president, I cannot allow such mean-spirited teasing to continue.
Apollo has friends. Eep. I think she's angry. Stage costume added to the court record. A costume Junie was supposed to wear, it has a glowing star pattern. It's okay, Apollo. People say that to me too. We're in the same boat.
The costumes were no problem, but as for singing, I'm not sure
No! You can do it! That's right. And anyone who says otherwise will have to answer to me. It's like a chivalrous love triangle. A damsel in distress and two knights in shining armor. Maybe... Can he stop shaking for 5... Newman's great. I love him already. He needs to stop shaking though. He's driving me bananas. Maybe that Themis Herald article wasn't too far from the truth. Speaking of the latest news, I wonder how the mock trial turned out. Yeah, who won? So, how did the mock trial end?
We were just about to reach a verdict when the police arrived. Now we'll never know how it would have turned out.
This is what millennials think they look like when they have coffee. I guess that's what happens when there's a real murder during a fake murder trial. He is just... he needs to calm down a sec. It ended right before the verdict. Talk about bad timing. I was this close, man! I bet I would have won! But I bet the defense wasn't doing too badly either, right? Zen and the Art of Mastering the Bar Exam. Civil Law, Corporate Law, Criminal Law. Something-th edition. I can't read which edition it is. We'll settle this some other time, and I assure you I will win when that time comes. Can they just not just get the verdict? Like I'm gonna let that happen. I don't think so. I hope they don't end up hurting each other.
Oh, don't worry. The three of us have been good friends since we enrolled here.
We even have proof of our friendship. Proof? Like physical evidence proof?
Yes. We're studying for a career in law, and in the legal world, evidence is everything.
Yeah! As long as our friendship lasts, you can bet we'll be carrying them around! Ah, the famed Themis Legal Academy ingenuity at work. So, what exactly is this proof of friendship anyway? Oh.
Well...
This is gonna come up, isn't it? Of course it is. It's 100% gonna come up.
It's a secret. And if I show you, it'd be bad luck.
It's 100% gonna be relevant, and it's probably gonna be the thing that solves the case. Oh, okay. I knew it. There's definitely some discord in Junie's voice. Get it out. Our friendship is sacred Yes, it's not something to be put cheaply on display. Proof? We don't need no stinking proof. Us three are friends forever. Discord, I'm howling at the moon. I can hear Discord in their voices too. They got butt tattoos. Matching butt tattoos, wow. But they're talking about their friendship. What's going on here? Something wrong, Athena? No, it's nothing. Oh, alright then. Hey, isn't that... Oh, I'm... Guessing is Fulbright. Everyone stay right where you are! Don't move a muscle! Yep, called it. Oh, they all hate each other and don't actually carry the proof around. They all want each other dead. Detective Fulbright, is something wrong? Why, if it isn't my little lawyer friends! Sorry, but the small talk will have to wait. Juniper Woods, you're under arrest for the murder of Constance Court. I saw this coming. Yep. I'm what? Wait a sec. What's going on here? Why are you arresting Junie? The professor got killed by all three of their murder methods simultaneously accidentally. Please, Detective Fulbright, we're involved in this case too. Aha! So you're the lawyers the dispatch said were first on the scene. I can't tell you everything, but I will say this. There are two major reasons for her arrest. Number one, the suspect led somebody to where the body was. I didn't. And number two, the crime scene is exactly how the suspect portrayed it in her script. But we can't arrest her on just those grounds. True, but there's more. However, Prosecutor Blackwell specifically told me not to say no more than that. So Blackwell's the prosecuting attorney on this one too? Detective Fulbright, we found this in the suspect's pocket. Oh, Juniper Woods. Why there's blood on this! That's evidence we made for the mock trial. A mock trial? Never heard of such a thing, but it sounds fishy to me. Real fishy. Now, if you would, officers. Yes, sir. But... Oh. Junie, I have to do something. I can't let them take her away like this. It's pretty damning, to be fair. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have work to do.
Hold it!
Oh, cutscene.
Hold it! I refuse to believe that she's the killer!
Aw.
Junie! I've decided. I'm going to defend you. I'll fight with everything I've got.
Aw. Aw.
Athena.
Aw.
Junie, it's good to hear you say that name again.
Aw. That was cute. Aw. Aw, that was adorable. Hate to interrupt your bonding time, but... Aren't you rather new to all this? You're barely even a lawyer. Well, I don't have much experience, and I may need Apollo and Mr. Wright's help at times. But nobody believes in Junie as much as I do. I'll help you too, Juniper. There's no way you murdered your professor. Ina. Oh. Apollo. Thank you both. Counting on you. We've got your back, Junie. Guess things worked out after all. Now that you have your lawyers, Miss Woods, it's time for us to head back to the station. She definitely did. Dude. Not Junie. I can't believe Junie's been arrested for murder. I can't believe I accepted her case without asking Mr. Wright. Take a deep breath and relax, Athena. I'm here to help with whatever you need. So let's get right on the case. Right! I won't have this case left in the hands of rank amateurs. If anyone's going to solve this case, it'll be me. Time to investigate.
Like that smug little... He hasn't even finished law school. Hugh! That was totally rude! And you're not the only one on the case, man. I'm in too. Big time. Juniper Woods, I'm gonna save you.
Now that those two are gone, let's get back to what I was talking about in front of the stage. O'Connor, that sounds suspicious, not gonna lie. He's a bit sus.
About the mock trial, that is. All right. You said the victim's location, position, and so on were just like in the script. Exactly. But without the script or any props, it's kind of hard to explain.
No way! No!
God damn it.
Perhaps I could help. Hair forehead. Yes! Let's go! Let's go! Prosecutor Gavin? What are you doing here? I just peed myself 1 sec. You two seem to know each other. Is someone going to introduce me? Uh-oh, Athena's third wheeling now. Rip Athena. Why, I do believe we have a fresh face here. Greetings, Fräulein. I am Clavier Gavin. Some know me as a prosecutor, but I'm most famous for my former rock band. We were quite popular, you know. But regrettably, the band went kaput. Oh. He's got a snapping thing now. That's fun. That's annoying, but it's fun. Perhaps you've heard of us, the Gaviners. I was the lead vocalist. Regrettably, you broke it up.
Never heard of your band. Then again, I was out of the country till only recently. But, can I get your autograph?
You just met him like 3 seconds ago, and you want his autograph. Forgive me, Fräulein, but I've retired from the music biz. But I'd be happy to offer my autograph as rock star prosecutor Clavier Gavin.
Oh, okay, that one then.
She's a lively one, eh? Hair forehead. Didn't know she was your type. Oh my god, I've missed Clavier Gavin. I've missed him so much. She's the newest member of Wright Anything Agency. That's all.
Nice to meet you. I'm Athena Sykes.
A pleasure to meet you too, Athena Sykes. Now that the intros are out of the way, I'm sure you have some questions for me. Yeah, hair forehead. Oh my god. I've missed him. Is he in the thing? Yes! Bobby Fulbright, the lively detective in charge of this case. He makes you wonder what justice is really all about. Age 33. Simon Blackwell, age 28. A prosecutor and prison inmate. He has mastered the use of psychological manipulation in courtroom battles. And Clavier Gavin, age 25. Mr. Rockstar Prosecutor himself. He was the leader and vocalist of the Gaviners. Questions such as, when are you coming home? I miss you. Alright, why are you here?
So, what are you doing here, Prosecutor Gavin?
I'm here for the same reason as your boss. To give a lecture and a training seminar.
So he's the famous prosecutor they invited?
And I have another crucial role to play. The Gaviners are getting back together for a one-time special performance. We're even breaking Darian out of jail. He's gonna be there too. Wow! Even though you guys disbanded? Which was a shame, by the way, really. Yeah, I know how much you adored our music. Hair forehead. Oh my god. Athena is third wheeling hard right now. She needs to get out of there. Anyway, I studied abroad in Germany to get my badge early, but I did graduate from here.
Wait, so that performance Junie mentioned...
I see you've already heard about that. One student representative was selected to sing with us on stage. And the stage was supposed to look like this tomorrow. Oh, the statues of him. Yo, there's a Gaviner's logo on the banner. And Phoenix is over there. That's fun. 2 big banners and a pair of wicked statues. This is just an illustration, but it's not half bad.
Wicked statues? Wait, are these supposed to be you and Mr. Wright?
Bingo, Fräulein. And they were so big and magnificent too, but a terrible base. You can't see because the models are right now. Apollo has his back up against the wall and Gavin is leering over him. It's very freaky. Real. That's what's happening. Canon. But the worst part of this whole thing is my long-awaited reunion with my mentor never came to pass.
Wait, don't tell me your mentor was...
Professor Court. She was the one who taught me how to think about the law. Oh.
So Constance Court was your professor here at the academy?
She may have taught the judge course, but she has had a huge impact on me. She was fond of saying, "The end is only justified through proper means." She wouldn't tolerate dishonesty and always revered what was right beyond all else. God, she was so fun. I can feel Prosecutor Gavin's sadness. Oh no, I think I'm gonna cry. Oh, Athena. Athena, are you tearing up? Though I can't blame you. Prosecutor Gavin owes a lot of who he is to Professor Court. Exactly. So as you can see, we are both joined in purpose, so to speak. Yeah? Now, let's rock this place hard. Huh? What? What? Here? Now? I don't follow. Let's rock what? Forget already, hair forehead. I said I'd help you explain the mock trial. Duh. What else are you thinking of? Heaven has gained another angel. Okay, you might not want to show this on stream. I think I should block it off. I think I'm gonna get banned. We're going to reprise it right here in the lecture hall. It might help us catch her killer. Oh god. It faded to black, thank goodness. Phew. Record and send it to us, please. Oh, mock trial reenactment. All rise. Oh, that's adorable. This is adorable. Oh my god, we're actually gonna play it? That's funny. Right. The stage is ready. And you, hair forehead, ready to rock? No. The defense is not ready to rock. You saw the actual mock trial earlier, right? Just relax, you'll do fine. Besides, we have the script right here.
Junie's masterpiece? The one everyone's been talking about?
Yeah, and there's only one in existence. I borrowed it, if you will. Now, Fräulein, we'll need you to play the part of the defendant and judge as per the script.
Okay, got it.
I've only read the case outline so far. I don't know how it actually turns out, so I'll treat this like I'm prosecuting a real case. You, hair forehead, will you play the part of the fledgling lawyer, a role you were born to play? All the evidence is also here with us. We have everything we need to reprise the mock trial. OMG, this video appeared on my TikTok For You page and it was like Ace Attorney Killers, and it was so true. It even had the con dude from the second game's first trial. Like, I took a screenshot. I was so happy. I think I saw that video too, and I literally was like, oh my god, this is Matt. I think I know what video you're talking about too. That's hilarious.
Très bien. Let's get started.
No way.
Defendant/judge Athena Sykes is psyched and ready to rock. Court is now in session.
You've converted me fully.
Court is now in session for our reenactment of the mock trial. Or what I like to call the mock trial.
Yeah, A double mockery, perhaps, but a trial is still a trial. Achtung, baby. It's no holds barred. Holds barred. Let's rock. Aw, can't we take it easy today?
Objection!
It may just be a mock of a mock, but there's only one way to compete. You play to win. So remember, each time I catch you slacking off, I'm holding you in contempt of court.
Great. A judge that voices her own objections and abuses... Great. A judge that voices her own objections and abuses her judicial powers. We're still Athena, that's funny. It's like, no, you get to still be Athena for this. You don't get to actually play the case.
Now then, Prosecutor Gavin, your opening statement, if you please.
You got it, Fräulein Judge. Our case is set in a school very much like this one. The victim, a professor female. The defendant, an archery club member, also female.
Oh me, oh my, I'm innocent! Innocent, I tell you!
That's some seriously bad acting, Fräulein. Anyway, the victim's body was discovered in the middle of the quad. Oh wow, it is like almost exactly like the actual murder. Here's a shot of the crime scene. Ironically, it was Professor Court who posed as the corpse. Hair, forehead. How did the mock trial participants react to this photo? Mr. Newman was surprised by what Professor Court was wearing. He reacted with, "Oh, the green sweatsuit." That's not exactly what I would pick to focus on, so why would he care about that? Too much of a fledgling to know what's important. That one. In any case, both in the mock trial and the actual case, Professor Court was wearing a sweatsuit. Moving right along. Hey, wait a sec! The body was discovered in the same area as the mock case, although there was a stage. Welcome back. Plus the murder weapon, an arrow, and the lack of blood are also the same. That's right, and therein lies the significance of this mock trial. So let's keep rocking it hard, just like that. Okay, here, okay. Before the crime occurred, the defendant was to meet with the victim in the quad. Let's see here.
When I arrived at our meeting place, I found the professor with an arrow in her stomach. But it wasn't me. I didn't kill her.
God, they're flirting in court. God, it's Edward all over again. You don't have to ham it up like that, Athena. It's called getting into character, hair, forehead. Don't be such a wet blanket. Right, let's see. Oh yeah, then Hugh Connor said, a frail co-ed used her bare hands to stab her professor with an arrow? I don't think so. At the time of the murder, a male student was seen holding a bow in the archery club room, which has a clear view of the quad. He shot the arrow into the victim before my client even got there. 9-9, hair, forehead. That feigned swagger does not suit you in the least. Order! 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 Especially you, Mr. Justice! Me? I was just trying to get into it like Mr. Euro Rocker said. Prosecution's rebuttal.
So, the victim was shot from the archery club room before the meeting even took place. Hence, the defendant could not be the killer. That seems to be the defense's assertion. Prosecutor Gavin, do you have any objections? The autopsy report notes that the edges of the victim's wound were unusually ragged. Could such physical trauma possibly result from an arrow shot from a bow? 9. I believe the victim was impaled with the arrow by hand, post-mortem. In short, the real murder weapon was not the arrow at all.
When Robin was prosecutor, he had a tough time determining the real murder weapon. Well, he's just a student, a warm-up act, while I'm the real deal, the headliner, so to speak. The true murder weapon was most likely the awl that was left in the art room.
An awl? What's that? I mean...
An awl, you say? What might that be? It's a kind of tool used for poking holes in paper, wood, and other materials. It's kind of like an ice pick. I have a photo here if you're interested.
Gross. It's all bloody up to the handle. Please tell me it's just paint.
Most likely, Fräulein. Pretty realistic, yeah. Let's pretend it's real blood for now. The defendant's prints were lifted from the murder weapon. Furthermore, traces of the victim's blood were discovered in the art room. That's where I believe the murder actually took place.
So the question now is, how did the body get from the art room to the stage? Yes, how was the body moved?
The murder took place in the third-floor art room, but the body was found in the quad.
It must have been quite a chore moving the body all that way.
Not at all. There's a maintenance area and storehouse right outside the art room. And a cart used to carry balls around was found there. Do you think the fact that it's realistic paint will come up in the real trial? 100% yes. I have a feeling it's not paint.
Oh, I think I've seen one of those before.
But that's a pretty big one. To be like, but she had the murder weapon, then it'll be like, that's what you think. A jumbo, yeah. Big enough to fit a person or a body in it. The defendant drops a body from the art room window, then moved it with the cart. That is how a high school girl could easily move a body all by herself. You don't say!
Objection!
A body dropped from 3 stories up would show signs of massive blunt force trauma.
Objection!
That may be true, but you fail to account for the large high jump mat in the storehouse. A body dropped onto such a mat would show no signs of blunt force trauma. Yikes. It's almost scary how similar this whole case is to the mock trial proceedings. Quite the crafty killer. In an attempt to cast suspicion on the archery club, they move the body to the quad where it would be an easy shot from the clubroom. Then the killer fakes a murder weapon by inserting an arrow into the all stab wound.
Sounds like he has only high praise for Junie's script.
Were there any further arguments from the defense? Nope. Seemed like the teacher who was playing the judge was satisfied too. Time for the finale then. Your verdict, if you please, Fräulein Judge. My phone is so hot. Just throw some water on it.
Huh? Oh right, that's me.
Very well. This court finds the defendant, Juniper Woods.
Wait a second. Even if this is just a mock trial of a mock trial, I don't want to declare Junie guilty.
Yeah, perhaps that's not such a good idea. Let's end our mock trial here. Besides, it's about time I get back to my investigation.
Thanks, you too. That little run-through of the mock trial cleared up quite a few things. Mock trial script added to the court record. Top secret script written by Junie, there's only 1 copy, 4 pages.
Achtung, baby. The prosecution's already got a witness sized up too.
That was quick. Prosecutor Blackwell's almost too good.
You're sure in a helpful mood today, Prosecutor Gavin. Well, like I said, I just want to catch whoever killed Professor Court. And there's no reason for me to start butting heads with you two. Anyway, I won't say goodbye, as I'm sure I'll be seeing you later. Aw. Bye, though. Bye.
I always thought prosecutors were all a rather scary bunch. But Prosecutor Gavin seems pretty nice.
Yeah, he's not so bad as prosecutors go. Aw. Aw. It'll be hard to see under the covers, Gavin. Oh my god. We should get back to investigating too.
We don't have nearly enough information yet. We also have to tell Mr. Wright that we accepted Junie's case. Right. Looks like we have our work cut out for us. The most prominent feature of this case is how closely it resembles the script. That makes it a tough one because we have to have a firm understanding of them both. No sweat. We can reenact the mock trial as many times as we want by reading the script. I'll check it out in the court record and commit it to memory later. Fun. We'll do that later. Good. I bet the script and the mock trial are going to be the centerpiece of the real trial. Make sure you know them inside and out. Yes, sir, Mr. Justice. Mr. Justice? Careful, I could get used to that. The investigation. Apollo, any advice on how to investigate this case? Oh, start by interviewing people about the basic facts. Interview people, got it. Hey, you there. What can you tell me about the... Well, hold on, Athena. The trial's tomorrow, so try to limit it to people with some relation to the case. Okay, got it. Limit the interview poll. Right. You might also want to take it down a notch. Otherwise, you'll be dead by tomorrow. He wants me to calm down? At a time like this? Junie's fate rests in my hands. I just have to win this one. Oh, nice. Your attorney's badge. I know, it's very important. I have to show it to you. That's the first thing you want to present when you meet someone new. Got it. I will. Just for you, Apollo Justice. I heard that's what all the lawyers do. You heard that? From whom? Who else? Mr. Wright. Just remember, your badge comes first. On a date, sit down. Have you seen my badge? Top tier flirt. While drooling and panting. See, Athena? Check it out. This is my attorney's badge. Ooh, it's so intense. I want to present mine like that too. Anything to say about any of this? A torrid love triangle? Juniper sure is popular with the guys. Of course she is. She's pretty, plus she has such a sweet and caring personality. Okay, Athena, I see you. Apollo sees you too. I know what you're thinking. Why can't Athena be more like that, right? No! The thought never crossed my mind. Let's see. Panic, sorrow. Yep, that's exactly what crossed his mind. Wait, the love triangle is a real thing? It's in a tabloid, but possibly real? Maybe? Anything to say about this? Oh. Yes. Nice one, Athena. Keep it up. I don't care if it's totally unrelated to the case or just plain annoying or even embarrassing. Just keep presenting evidence without any regards for others. I thought it was made up for the mock case. Oopsie. No, I think it's a real thing. Because it says, in the tabloid, it says that, Hugh O'Connor, if he wins the case, he's gonna confess his love to Juniper. If he won the mock trial. Welcome back. That's the first step towards becoming a successful trial lawyer. Leave it to me. I'll present one piece after another and then another. Awesome. Alright, let's move. Hallway. Is the proof of friendship related to the love triangle? That'd be so boring. I don't know. Number one love triangle hater over here. Mr. Wright! Oh, I heard they arrested your friend Juniper. Yeah, Detective Fulbright just took her in. I refuse to believe that one of our students is capable of murder. We must prove her innocence by any means necessary. The end justifies the means. What do you mean the end justifies the means? I, Professor Means, always say what I mean and mean what I say by all means. Oh my god. Here at our esteemed academy, we train our students to produce meaningful results. You believe in Juniper's innocence, do you not? Of course I do. Junie wouldn't even hurt a fly. Precisely.
We have justice on our side. The only other thing we need are results. It is the height of folly to endanger your client by failing to pursue all means possible. Soldier boy. Sure, I want to prove her innocence, but I don't like the sound of the end justifies the means part. Well, you are still young and idealistic. It's no wonder you fail to see the wisdom therein. There is but one thing to do now. I must personally take up Juniper's defense. You're gonna take her case, Professor Means? I may be a professor, but I am still licensed to practice law. In fact, I have even battled Professor Corton, well, in court. No kidding. So you guys were rivals or something? No, nothing of the sort. She was an esteemed colleague at the academy and in court. You see, both Professor Court and I graduated from this academy at the top of our class. Wow, I bet they both used to really bring it. Now, if you would excuse me, I had best go discuss the case with Juniper.
Professor Means, please wait. I didn't want to say anything, but Apollo and I already agreed to take her case.
It's true. Juniper is counting on us to prove her innocence. Really now? You two? And when were you planning on telling me?
Sorry, boss. I know we should have asked first, but...
Relax. Your friend was just hauled away in front of your eyes. Sometimes you just have to make snap decisions. And I think you made the right one. Aw. How wonderful. Very well, Athena Sykes. Let me ask you one thing. As a lawyer, what is it that you treasure beyond all else?
That's an easy one, Professor. Seeking justice for my clients.
What a wonderful answer. Juniper must be overjoyed to have a friend such as you. As her professor, I too shall do whatever I may to help her. And if you decide to take the end justifies the means strategy, come see me at once.
Let's hope it never comes to that.
Now, if you would excuse me... Well, time's a waste then. You better start investigating, and fast. But first, how about I tell you everything I know so far?
Yes! Please!
But first, oh, look at my attorney's badge. Ooh, a shiny new attorney's badge. Brings back memories.
I've heard that countless people live in dread. I've heard that countless people live in dread of your pointer finger. Were you really that scary back then, Mr. Wright?
Strike one. I've always been just as you see me here.
A harmless sheep in wolf's clothing?
Strike two.
Do you have an old picture of yourself? Wait, never mind. I'm not sure I want to see it.
Strike three. You're out. Anything else? Things like that sure scream out school days, don't they?
Were you involved in any extracurricular activities like school papers or mock trials?
Nah, that wasn't my thing. I was an art major.
An art major? And how'd you become a famous attorney?
It's kind of complicated. And when I say kind of, I mean really, really complicated.
Okay. Oh. He must really mean it. I'm picking up a lot of complex emotions in his voice. Have you learned anything new about the case?
Actually, I ran into Prosecutor Gavin, and he told me something interesting. Are you guys on good terms now? You guys chill with each other now? Seems the murder took place in the art room. There's traces of a large pool of blood there. So the police believe the body was moved from there to the stage.
What? Really? Just like the mock trial again.
Sometimes I have to remind myself that I pre-ordered a Hatsune Miku Garfield figure that I might not even live in the place I ordered it to when it arrives. Yes, me and Clavier are now besties. Our hatred of Kristoff brought us together. Finks is like, I forgive you for making me lose my lawyer's badge 8 years ago. Your brother ruined both of our lives, so we're besties now. The police are searching the art room, but whether they'll find anything, well,
Well, what? Come to think of it.
Let's do our own crime scene investigation before it gets too crowded around here.
Huh? Are we even allowed to do that?
It's no big deal as long as we leave it exactly like we found it. Plus, no, never mind.
Now, where was I again?
But there's really no need to talk about it right here, right now. I want you two to find out for yourselves. So, were you shocked by your conversation with Professor Means?
Oh, I guess so. Actually, that was pretty shocking.
The Dark Age of the Law. I'm sure you've heard those words before. Apollo, Trucy, Clavier, Phoenix, Vera, and Zack's ghost gather twice a month to have a Kristoff hate club meeting. We've been wronged by Kristoff Gavin Club. The Dark Age of the Law. I'm sure you've heard those words before.
Sure, a number of times. Prosecutors file false charges and lawyers fight back by fabricating evidence. There's a lot of that going around these days.
But the question is, how is it related to the case at hand? People join all the time. All rise for the Kristoff Hate Club. Training students to produce results. That is the school's policy.
Well, that in and of itself isn't a bad thing.
Right. As long as those results come by fair and honest means.
Oh, but what was it that Professor Means said? The end justifies the means?
Judge also attends, let's be honest. To survive the Dark Age of the Law, you must use any means necessary. Fabrication of evidence and false charges are unavoidable in the quest for results. That's what they're preaching here at Themis Legal Academy.
But what'll happen to our legal system if results are all that matter anymore?
Relax, it's just a rumor. I'd take it with a grain of salt if I were you.
Oh, that's a relief.
You had me going there for a minute.
Wait a second. What if Mr. Wright examined the victim's body for a reason? Maybe he was worried someone might actually tamper with the evidence.
I think that about wraps up what I know so far. The fact that this case closely resembles Miss Woods' script is obviously important. Knowing that, you should probably try and identify what's the same and what's different.
Okay, I'll try talking to as many people as I can on campus.
Awesome. Ooh, maintenance area.
October 24th, Themis Legal Academy. Maintenance area. There's a kitty up there. Look at the kitty. So this is the maintenance area. Let's see. During the mock trial, Prosecutor Gavin said...
Ooh, school festival mock trial.
That the art room is right above here on the 3rd floor.
Edward and Gumshoe would tend to for support.
And that the body was dropped from there onto a high jump mat from the storehouse.
Right, and then he claimed that the body was transported to the stage in a ball cart. And then, oh, there's someone else here.
Hey, it's Robin!
Whoa! He scared the crud out of me! Yikes, right back at you.
So what are you doing out here?
I'm working out so that I become strong enough to save Juniper! But I'm so worked up, my training brace is almost breaking at the seams!
Alright. The girl you like got arrested, so you're psyching yourself up to rescue her?
Robin using words like crud and freak is so in character. It so is.
Yes, because I'm the manliest of manly men. That's why I work out with my manly brace.
Okay, Robin. Robin is such a... Shut up! Shut up! Shut up. Never say that about Robin again. Never say that about Robin again. Never say that about Robin again. Except that I hear some discord in that manliest of men's voice of yours. I don't mean to be rude, but can't you talk without shouting? Oh, you're one to talk. Apollo Justice. Sorry, I'll try not to shout so much. If at all possible, that is. Which is not at all possible by the sound of it. No, he doesn't. Robin's cool.
Do you mind if I ask you some questions as Junie's lawyer? No problem. Ask away. Keep 'em coming, man. Ouch. My ears ache already. Alright, Robin. Robin, could you tell me a little more about yourself? You want to know about me? I'm a second-rate member of the Fine Arts Club. Stop mischaracterizing characters I like. You are not right. You are not speaking the truth. It's my number one hatred. Robin would never. Robin's cool. I really like Robin. The Fine Arts Club? He's an art student. Looks like broken pottery or plaster. Maybe this is the source of that noise we heard. There were supposedly 2 statues on this stage. I seem to recall hearing that a co-ed from the Fine Art Club had made them. 2 big banners and a pair of wicked statues. This is just an illustration, but it's not half bad. Wicked statues? Wait, are these supposed to be you and Mr. Wright? Bingo, Fräulein. And they were so big and magnificent too. But a terrible face. Say, did you create those stage statues by any chance? You bet I did. Both of them. Put my blood, sweat, and tears into those things, man. Robin's the best. I really like Robin. It must have been terrible seeing them all smashed up like that. Nah, I couldn't face Professor Court if I let something like that get me down. What do you mean? Professor Court was the Fine Arts Club advisor. She was all about truth and beauty, man. Spread the real truth, no lies. She always said, the only good result is the truth. That and only lawyers who seek the truth through legitimate means produce worthwhile results. Yes, I'm totally on your guys' side. She must have been an incredible woman. Yeesh, and you call me loud when I practice my chords of steel. See, he had a very strong female role model. Oh man, why'd I have to take the prosecutor course? I mean, how am I supposed to save Juniper if I'm studying to be a prosecutor? Don't worry, I'll clear Junie's name, you'll see. The 3 of us had a dream. We swore we'd make it happen together. Prosecutor, lawyer, judge, the 3 of us would hold fair and honest trials. The dark age of the law? Huh. We were gonna put a nail in its coffin, man. Wow, you guys swore to do that? But no! That stupid school rule had to ruin it. School rule? Which one? Anyone with a prior conviction, no matter how minor the offense, they won't be allowed to graduate from this stupid, holier-than-thou school. A tough legal academy with even tougher rules. Junie will never become a judge unless I can prove her innocence. And if I fail, the 3 of them will never realize their dream. It's like someone put pressure on my pressure. The other guy, I reckon he's misunderstood. Whoa! Check out your badge! What do you think? Nice and shiny, huh? Yeah, it's awesome! If that plating ever starts to peel or it gets all bent up, let me fix it for you. Really? Thanks. No problemo. I'll have some primo clay and glaze at the ready, just in case. Wait, what does clay have to do with my badge? Anything to say about any of this? That paper. So Robin, is this article true? The author of that article has been gunning for the 3 of us for some reason. It's been nothing but trashy articles like this as long as I can remember. Maybe the author just wants your attention? No way, man. The venom in those articles is way beyond that. I wonder. Whoa! Did you make that? Let me fire it in the kiln for you. Just give it to me and I'll take care of the rest. I think I'll pass on the kiln firing this time. Phew, dodged a bullet there. The other guy thinks he's Hugh. Now the other guy thinks genuinely he's guilty in some way. I reckon he just really cares about his grades. Maybe, but I get bad vibes from him. Oops, I didn't mean to do that again. And the script. No. Whoa! Deja vu, man.
It's like I can almost taste my near victory again. But no! The final showdown was canceled because of that murder! This topic sure seems to strike a raw nerve. Hope it doesn't come between you guys. You kidding? Our friendship? It's like a diamond, only tougher. It's like a powder keg before a spark. He needs to stop breaking pots. He's really channeling a Link right now. It's like the calm before the storm. In other words, it's under a lot of pressure and ready to blow at any moment. Anything else you gotta say? No, alright. Alright, see you later, Robin. Catch you on the flip side. I thought the area was cordoned off. Hey, the police are discussing something over there.
Oh, I know. I'll just quietly sneak over for a listen.
Here goes. Ah! Athena, watch where you're... Huh? Eek! Why does the box have a Sprite? Ouch. Who put this stupid box here? Wait. Eek! Apollo, this box, there's... Oh my god. Metal Gear Solid. What now? There's someone or something inside. Oh my god. That's a stupid... Oh, I'm... Okay, it's a clever joke. I'll give them that. It's a funny joke. Don't let it be a snake! But okay, it's a good joke. I'll give them that. Oh. Oh, hello. You morons just blew my cover. What the? There really is someone inside.
That someone is me.
Oh.
Miriam Scuttlebutt. And I'm a senior in the judge course.
What's with the box? I knew it. Telling my friend right now.
It's the face of we who live in the shadows. There's a very good reason why none may see my face by the light of day.
Wait, if you're taking the judge course, did you write a mock trial script too?
You really want to see my script that bad? Well, you better watch out. Read it without my permission and you'll wish you hadn't.
Because she's a real snake. Who cares? I'm sure it was rejected for a good reason. She don't show her face because she's actually a snake. Oh, so you're studying to be a judge too? You must be classmates with Juniper. Are you a friend of hers?
Juniper's? Sure, she's my friend. That's why I'm gathering info. Now, tell me all you know. You know, for tomorrow's trial.
But age check. Age check. Miriam Scuttlebutt, age 17. A senior in the judge course. She walks around with a box over her head and has a strange laugh. 17.
You know, for tomorrow's trial.
For tomorrow's trial? What are you talking about?
I'm going to take the stand.
Are we allowing that form walk? Yeah, you're fine. I'd say for you, it's alright.
I'm going to take the stand naturally.
So the witness for the prosecution is some weirdo in a cardboard box? We've had weirder things on the witness stand, let's be honest.
This disguise is how I get my scoops. But you're right, it's me, so tell me everything you know for Juniper's sake.
Wait a sec. Miriam? Repeat what you just said? In that case, low-key.
A lawyer with brains as bad as his ears. Poor Juniper.
Are you going to flirt with a box?
I'm taking the stand tomorrow. Tell me everything you know for Juniper's sake. Clear enough for you this time?
Uh-oh. I thought so. Athena, my bracelet's reacting.
Really?
That means a lie already? That was quick. Alright, let's get her.
I'm guessing something with her hands, maybe? One of them? I'm taking the stand tomorrow. I mean, there's not much else of her to see. If it's not her hands, I'm guessing it'll be her eyes. Tell me everything you know. She ain't taking the stand. She just wants info for the news. For Oh, there it is. For Juniper's sake.
Gotcha.
It's not for Juniper's sake. That's strange. You suddenly tightened your grip when you said, for Juniper's sake. It's like you subconsciously tensed up because you're lying.
What are you talking about? When did I ever lie?
Okay then, let me ask you this. Ooh, she doesn't like Juniper. Why were you selected as a witness?
That's an easy one. I'm the editor-in-chief of the Themis Herald. I know everything there is to know around campus, even the darkest of secrets.
Editor-in-chief, huh? Pretty impressive.
Yeah, well, it's a lonely one-woman operation.
She's definitely the killer.
I do it all myself, from reporting to editing to publishing. Still impressed? I'm a perfect storm of journalism because I bring it all to the table. And this is the evidence here. Boop. An extra edition of the Themis Herald, published to coincide with the mock trial.
Themis Herald extra added to the court record. Thanks, Miriam. You've revealed who you truly are. Mock trial and unceremonious cancellation. Objection. Why are Robin's hands glowing? What? Does he have like magic powers? Why are his hands glowing in that second photo? Thanks, Miriam. You revealed who you truly are. Someone who's never had Junie's best interests in mind. Ooh. It's a clue to the fact he did it. No, he didn't. He's not a killer. I'm gonna defend Robin. Even if he is the killer, I'm gonna defend him. I think he's awesome.
What? Are you questioning our friendship?
Look, you might want answers, but no can do, because what you're saying conflicts with this piece of evidence. Yeah, you called her like a dark-hearted witch in this, so... That's the Themis Herald, the paper I published. What about it? Are you really that dense? This article is full of malicious lies about Junie. It's definitely not something a true friend of hers would write.
You got it all wrong. Another staff member wrote that one.
I don't think so, Miriam. You even said it yourself just a moment ago. It's a one-woman operation. Or did you forget already?
If you'd just given me the info you have. Stupid pawn. Juniper's just using you.
Ooh. Now, I want the truth, Miriam. You hide in your box in order to collect gossip for your sleazy paper. Is that right? You're not really friends with Juniper, are you?
No duh. She's the target of my scoops and my readers demand dirt. Extra, extra. The dirty little secret of the squeaky clean student council president.
Dirty little secret? Alright, what are you planning to say in court, huh? She's a jerk, yeah.
I'm a witness to her part in the crime. I'm going to tell it all in a shocking expose. The end justifies the means. That's my brand of tell-all journalism.
The end justifies the means? Wait a second.
In this stark age of the law, many of us embrace Professor Means's methods, even future judges. I've even adopted an end justifies the means brand of journalism, which includes tape recorders secretly hiding all over our campus. Secretly recording every last word without anyone being any the wiser.
Doesn't she realize that's totally illegal?
And one of them was at the scene of the crime, the art room.
You put a tape recorder in the art room? What did it record?
You want to know? You really want to know?
Yes. Yes, please. It's so nice of you to...
Like I'd really tell you now. The big scoop comes out in court tomorrow. You're so mean, Miriam. According to my evidence, a fatal fissure had opened between the three of them.
Who? Junie, Hugh, and Robin? What do you mean by fatal fissure? A rift in the trio. Uh-oh.
Juniper, Hugh, and Robin used to be the best of friends.
Used to be? They still seem to get along fine to me. I did sense some discord, though.
You don't know anything. Professor Means has his followers, and Professor Court had hers. Their influence is inescapable.
Are you implying that one of them adheres to the extreme idea you and Professor Means have? But why would anyone follow that philosophy?
How could you possibly understand? You're new around here.
Miriam, wouldn't you feel better if you came out of the dark and into the light?
I can see fine in here. You'll be the one seeing the light in the court tomorrow. Then you'll realize how guilty Juniper Woods really is.
We're gonna have to cross-examine her tomorrow. But I don't know where to start. Well, let's at least take care of whatever we can today.
You're right. Let's see what else we can find out.
Alright, see you later, Miriam. The famous Legal Academy. 3rd floor lecture hall.
Look, there's Hugh. Hey, Hugh!
Oh, it's you too. Do you want something? Did you find anything? You said you were going to do some investigating of your own. Nope, nothing yet. I'm afraid it's not looking very good for Juniper. You don't really think Juniper could have done something like this, do you? Only the author and the victim knew the contents of the script. Both the stage and the art room were in the exact same state as described therein. Nobody could mimic the crime like that unless they'd already read the script or wrote it. But, look, Professor Means is better able to handle this than you two, so just leave it to him.
There it is again. I'm picking up some discord in Hugh's voice. Hugh, would you mind telling me a little bit about yourself?
Whatever. I'm 6'1", and under this uniform, I'm 100% lean muscle. My grades are outstanding, and I'm the ace of the archery club. Needless to say... That's how I talk. I never miss my mark. Oh, and I'm incredibly humble, too. Oh, I bet.
How can he even say that with a straight face?
Knowing full well I'm like 5'9", weak and failing. Those around me call me a genius, but I pay them no mind. But when it comes to tests, I always get 100%, so I suppose it's only natural for them to say I'm a genius. But, as I said before, I pay them no mind.
I heard you the first time.
What about the mock trial? It sounded like you were about to lose to Robin. There's a very good reason for that.
I'll BRB gamers. One moment.
Boo! There's a very good reason for that. Hi, gamers. You see, right before the mock trial started, I saw the body. What? And you didn't report it?
You saw the body?
Right, and I was so distraught that I basically handed Robin a victory. Hugh, would you mind telling us a little more about that? Right before the mock trial, the campus was empty. Everyone was here in the lecture hall. Your attention, please.
Your attention, please. This is an announcement from the mock trial committee. The mock trial will begin shortly. All students and faculty, please proceed at once to the lecture hall.
That's right. There was that announcement and then everyone came in here. The only exceptions were the mock trial participants. Juniper, Robin, and I were in our personal dressing rooms next door. Wow, your own personal dressing rooms? That's total VIP treatment. Actually, they're for student-teacher meetings. They don't even have windows. The other two waited patiently in their rooms, but that's not my style. So I headed over to the archery range on the other side of the quad. I did some meditation while I waited. That's the best way to relax. Then just before the mock trial was to start, I headed back toward the main building. As I walked across the quad, I passed in front of the stage.
So that's when you saw the body.
Right. It was quite a shock. As much as I hate to admit it, my legs were shaking. I could have easily beaten Robin if it hadn't been for that. Wait, hold it right there. You went through with the mock trial even though you had just discovered a body? Why didn't you tell anyone? I mean, we're talking about someone getting killed here.
I think I know why. Was it because of this?
Where'd you get that?
So this article in the Themis Herald is true.
The winner of the mock trial would get to make his confession to Junie. Right. But if I reported the body I'd found, the whole thing would be called off.
You really wanted to win that bad? Bad enough to ignore a dead body? Sorry, but that's not normal. Or could their love for Junie really be that strong?
Thanks for sharing that important piece of information with us. It may prove useful at tomorrow's trial. Good, because that's all I have to say about the matter.
Thanks. And don't worry,
we'll prove Juniper's innocence. You'll see. I can't say you two inspire much confidence. Okay, Athena, what next?
Well, I think I've talked to everyone who is somehow linked to the case.
Okay. Maybe it's about time we wrapped up our investigation.
Oh, wait. We haven't met with Junie yet.
Yeah, you're right.
Let's head over to the detention center.
Alright. To the detention center.
Athena, thank you so much for coming.
She called me Thena, like she used to. Maybe she's finally letting her guard down. Aww. Junie, the crime's unfolding exactly like your script. Any idea what's going on here?
We wanted to make it fair, so the script was kept secret until the day of the mock trial. And the only people who knew the details were Professor Cord and I.
Nothing we haven't heard already so far.
However...
Yes? What is it, Junie?
Well, there was this one article in the school paper.
You mean this one? It's more like a tabloid piece than a newspaper article if you ask me.
I've been worried that the trial would wreck the friendship between Robin, Hugh, and me.
She wants to stay friends, but both the guys are hoping to take it to the next level. Oh, the passion of high school drama. Wish I could have experienced it. Oh, Athena.
And I know I shouldn't have, but I revised the script to favor the prosecution.
Interesting.
But Professor Court noticed it immediately and changed it back.
So if Robin had won, Hugh wouldn't be able to confess his love to Junie. That would have kept the trio's relationship the same.
never knew Junie could be so devious.
Sorry. I guess my personal problems probably won't be of any help in court, huh?
You never know. Help often comes from the most unexpected places. Thanks, Juniper. I was wondering about that awl you had on you when you were arrested. Detective Fulbright, we found this in the suspect's pocket. I feel bad for her, yeah. Why, there's blood on this.
That's evidence we made for the mock trial.
A mock trial? Never heard of such a thing, but it sounds fishy to me. Real fishy.
It was the murder weapon from the mock trial. Professor Cord and I were prepping it in the art room until the day before the trial. I didn't even realize I still had it on me until I was arrested.
Then we've nothing to worry about. There shouldn't be any way to link it to the crime.
Still, that blood red color on the awl bothers me.
Wasn't it just paint or something? I mean, I was looking at it from pretty far away, but...
It probably was just paint, but that's what bothers me. It wasn't on the awl when we were prepping it yesterday.
Oh my god, it's blood. It wasn't? Then how and when did it get there?
Well, before the mock trial began, I showed Thena and Mr. Wright to the waiting room. Then I went back to my dressing room to get the trial props we were going to use. That's when I found the art room key and the awl with what looked like blood on it.
A key in the awl?
Professor Court normally has the art room key since she's the Fine Art Club's advisor. And since that key was there in the dressing room, I thought she was the one who had painted the awl to look like it had blood on it. After all, she always insisted that the props should be realistic, so...
The awl suddenly shows up on the day of the trial with what looks like blood on it. I have a really bad feeling about this. Me too. But let's not jump the gun on this. I can relate to the worrying about friends confessing. It happens to me often. I have a nasty suspicion you want to hear my theory. Yes. You and Professor Court were busy preparing for the mock trial together yesterday, right? Was that the last time you saw her?
Yes. I left school at around 6 p.m.
Did you notice anything different about her?
No. I didn't notice anything out of the ordinary. She looked and acted the same as always. I would have never guessed she'd end up like this. It looks like we're about out of time. Thank you for coming to see me.
We'll do everything we can to prove you innocent tomorrow. Maybe it was one of the two, because they're like, if I can't have her, nobody can have her. Like, realized what she was trying to do and knew the truth.
I know, and I believe in you, Thena. Well, I should go now. Bye.
Aw. Is she gonna be alright? She's like a shadow of the girl we met back at the academy. The Junie I knew was always like that. A little weak and sickly. But the fact that she's lifted her facade shows that she trusts us. Even still. What is it? Well, when Junie and her two friends were talking about their friendship... The start, though, when we saw the actual murder has me curious about this case. I sensed some discord in their hearts. Seriously? Yeah, but it was really faint. I might have been mistaken. There's no reason to doubt their friendship, is there? Don't worry. Everything will be fine. You and Juniper are friends, right? You know that friend I mentioned to you earlier? Well, get this. Whenever something's troubling one of us, the other can just feel it. That's real friendship. I suppose you're right. Might as well forget about that and concentrate on the trial. Yep. Tomorrow's the big day. Let's sort out what we know so far. Okay. The victim, Professor Constance Court, was murdered in the art room on the 3rd floor. Then her body was moved to the outdoor stage in the quad. Also, the location where we found the body was just as the mock trial script described. I wish those were the only similarities they shared. I think there's multiple reasons as to why this murder happened. What do you mean? What I mean is, the script in this case are exactly the same in almost every respect. So it follows that the actual trial may very well unfold just like the mock trial did. Oh no. The mock trial ended right before the prosecution was about to win. Well, that's not gonna happen. This time, Junie will be declared not guilty. Of course, I intend to get our results the honest way. We can do this. We'll be fine. After all, I have Apollo, and he's the king of being fine. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is, bestie. October 25th, 9:47 a.m. in District Court. Defendant Lobby, number 3. Ugh, my butterflies have butterflies in their stomach. So, what's it like to have your very own case for the first time? My heart hasn't raced this fast since I ran that full marathon last year. If it keeps up, you might get a lawyer's high. You know, like a runner's high. Is that a thing? Relax. Everyone's nervous their first time. So my fears weren't unfounded. After all, today's prosecutor is so terribly brutal and willing to use any means necessary to win a conviction. There's that the end justifies the means concept again. Now that it has come to this, we have no choice but to fight fire with fire. The end justifies the means. I'm pretty sure Scuttle isn't innocent either. I imagine she was part of it because a murder would make a good scoop. I wish he'd stop saying that. What's your method, Professor? That's your method, Professor. I'm gonna defend Juniper in my own way. But Miss Sykes, just yesterday you told me. As a lawyer, what is it that you treasure beyond all else? That's an easy one, Professor. Seeking justice for my clients. But if this trial proceeds in the same manner and ends in the same way as the mock trial, would you not lose everything you've worked so hard to gain? Well, I'll just have to make sure that doesn't happen then, won't I? My, but aren't you a stubborn one? Well, I suppose you'll have to learn of your own inefficiency the hard way. Jeez. I don't trust this guy either, yeah. Forgive me, Professor Means, but can't we just leave it at that? Oh dear, please forgive me. It's just, I wish to protect Juniper by any means I can. I do too, but... Now, if you would excuse me... Thanks to him, I'm feeling even more pressure than before. Don't let it get to you, Athena. And don't forget to keep smiling. He wants... Ew. I'll be fine, and I haven't forgotten what Mr. Wright said. The worst of times are when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles. This trial's about to begin. I'll show you to the courtroom, if you please. Apollo, I'm counting on you to support Athena this time. Okay, Mr. Wright, leave it to me. That's right. I have Apollo to back me up. Junie's fate rests in my hands. I won't rest until she walks free.
October 25th, 10 a.m., District Court. Courtroom number 4.
There we go. Court is now in session. All rise. Court is now in session for the trial of Juniper Woods.
Athena Sykes, the defense team leader, is ready, Your Honor.
Finally, a real judge. That didn't sound very confident. You sure you're okay?
I'll be fine.
Your baldness. I know. As usual, you want me to deliver the opening statement. This case is crystal clear. I see no need to explicate it any further. Now summon the witness. Is there something the matter? Please do share your baldness. Whatever gave you that idea? Bailiff, please call our first witness.
And now we don't even get an opening statement.
Detective Fulbright. He and Prosecutor Blackwell have become quite the team.
Oh, right. The case brief. Leave it to me. Yes, let the detective in charge, everyone's favorite friend of justice, explain. What was that just now? It's like he and Blackwell are totally in sync.
Well, I don't think they're capable of mind melding if that's what you're thinking.
You don't know that, Athena. They could be. All right, Detective Fulbright. Would you please explain the case to the court? Professor Court's body was discovered on October 24th at approximately 2:30 p.m. She was murdered with this all I have here. The victim's blood and the defendant's prints were both discovered on it.
The weapon used to murder Constance Court, her blood was found on it along with Junie's fingerprints.
What the heck? Court's autopsy report added to the court record. Estimated time of death between 6 and 8 p.m. Cause of death, blood loss from a deep stab wound in the victim's side. Blackwell and Fulbright are 100% lovers. Wow, that bird can deliver evidence too? Blackwell has trained him well.
Maybe Blackwell should train it not to mess up people's hair while he's at it.
Moving right along. The body was discovered on the outdoor stage, although no blood was found there. However, we detected traces of a massive amount of blood in the third floor art room. I'm sure Blackwell trained Fulbright as well. In short, the murder took place in the art room. So then the body had been moved from the art room to the stage? Precisely. And there is one more piece of irrefutable evidence. A recording made by a tape recorder that a school paper reporter hid in the art room. It captured a female voice screaming, "You're a goner!" What's this? You have such a recording? Ooh. Must be from that tape recorder Miriam mentioned.
But why is this the first time we've heard of a death threat at the moment of the murder?
Shh! Silence, please. I would like to play the tape for you now.
You're a goner!
A female voice that doesn't describe it very well. It was a woman, and the only woman who could be a killer is Juniper Woods. Lock her up. It's quite hard to hear,
but the voice does sound female.
Used by Miriam to secretly record the conversation in the art room, a woman can be heard shouting, "You're a goner." The noise and low volume of the voice have made voice print analysis all but impossible. Gang, I'm crying over Danganronpa V3 again. The only way to fix this is, I don't know. Oh man. Ace Attorney. Then you haven't identified the voice as belonging to the defendant? Not so fast. After all, voice print analysis isn't everything. The victim was killed at night, then discovered in the afternoon the next day. The question is, when was the body moved? That's not a joke, by the way. There's actual tears in my eye. Oh, rip. I'm so sorry. Oh, I know. Why is Blackwell back? I just realized. Because he's the prosecutor. Isn't he meant to be in prison? Yeah. But for some reason, they just keep bringing him out. It could have been moved in the middle of a night. In the middle of the night when no one was around. Sorry, but no. The campus was full of students that morning. However, no one reported seeing a body. That means the body was moved sometime before the mock trial when all the students and faculty were gathered in the lecture hall and the rest of the campus was empty. It was during this time Hugh O'Connor, one of the mock trial participants, found the body.
So the prosecution heard about Hughes seeing the body.
Wait one moment. If all of the students and faculty were gathered in the lecture hall, then there wouldn't have been anyone who could have moved the body. Ha 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 ha! Have no fear, for there is always an exception. An exception? The 3 mock trial participants were standing by in individual dressing rooms. They were the only ones who had free access to the deserted camp campus before the mock trial. What? Then that would mean... What would that mean? Those 3 students were the only ones who could have moved the body. In justice we trust. And Juniper got blamed because she's the only girl. Got it? Okay. I don't like where this is headed, Athena. Why does the judge always look traumatized in this game? Me neither. And by those 3, I mean Hugh O'Connor, Robin Newman, and Juniper Woods. I knew it. He's Detective Fulbright. Don't say what I think you're about to say. In justice we trust. I take it everyone understands now. The voice believed to be that of the murderer was female. And out of the 3 people who could have moved the body, just one is a girl. That leaves the defendant, Juniper Woods, as the only possibility. No! Impressive. He has you on the ropes even before any cross-examinations. You could at least pretend to be upset for me. A splendid job, Fulbright. That could not be any clearer. Feel free to anticipate a salary raise next month. Ha 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 ha! I don't do this for the money. It's all about justice. In justice we trust. Not only a half-wit, but a perennial stick in the mud you are. I guess neither the carrot nor the stick works on Detective Fulbright. Now, bailiff, please bring our next witness to the stand. It's the box. It's Solid Snake. First witness is a cardboard box?
Stealth mode deactivated.
Oh my god. Oh my! The box has hands.
Smile, Your Honor.
What the dickens? I've just had my picture taken.
Miriam Scuttlebutt, senior at the Legal Academy. I'm a reporter on the judge course. Juniper's been a bad, bad girl. I'll tell you all about her crimes.
Might I ask whether you could come out of that box?
How will I get any more scoops if I blow my cover? So the answer is no. After all, covert action is an undercover reporter's bread and butter.
But testimony from a faceless witness is highly irregular. A former ninja I met in the clink said that exposing those who work in the shadows is to pass the death sentence upon them. Oh my! I had never thought of it that way. Very well, if it would spare a life, I'll make a special exception this time. Okay. A former ninja in prison? Holy Shinto. How can the judge believe this load of crock? Now, your testimony, please. Oh, but take care not to reveal your face. Okay, Judge. She had a little band-aid on her knee. That was adorable. The similarity of the case in the script.
The murder happened exactly like Juniper's mock trial script. Up until the mock trial began, only the Professor Court and Juniper knew the script's content. But Professor Court's sudden decision not to use the script sparks Juniper's murderous rage. Juniper has to be the killer. She has a motive, and the murder is just like her script.
The murder is just like her script? Could such a thing be true?
Compare her script with the murder case and crime scene photos, then you'll see.
This is so simple, even an ape posing as a decrepit old judge could understand. Only the victim and the defendant were privy to the script, ergo, the defendant is the killer. Furthermore, in the art room where the crime supposedly occurred, this witness's script, along with an envelope on which used was written were found. This proves that the accused's script had been rejected the day before the mock trial. She pressed the victim to use her script. An argument ensued, and then the fatal stabbing. Oh, that makes perfect sense. What now? Prosecutor Blackwell has all his ducks lined up in a row. He's really on a roll now. Ugh, he's like a pit bull once it sinks its teeth into you.
How dare she? My script had it all. A bum rap and a phony evidence. Grudges and betrayals.
I trust the defense is ready to cross-examine the witness.
No problem. I mean, yes, I'm ready. I think.
Time to find a hole in her testimony and unbox the truth. Aw, yeah.
I've seen it done over and over. I know I can do this.
You got this, Athena.
Cross-examination. The murder happened exactly like Juniper's mock trial.
There must be places where the script and this case diverge.
Don't sweat the details. That kind of stress will give you wrinkles. I'm not worried. My skin is as fair as silk.
Indeed, you are quite fair. Fairly desperate. Okay.
What did you just say?
Blackwell really turned that one around on you.
Whose side are you on? Hurry up and think of a clever comeback.
Whoa, easy there, Athena. Now you listen to me. The two cases do indeed have their differences. For one, the stage hadn't yet been erected in the mock trial script, and in the actual case there were signs indicating the victim's wrists had been bound. But such differences pale in comparison to the host of similarities. In any event, replicating the crime without knowledge of the script is an impossibility.
Looks like I won't be passing this off as a coincidence. Sweat a total burn. Try again, why don't ya, pawn of woods? Up until the mock trial began, only Professor Cord and Juniper knew the script's content. Somebody could have stolen a peek beforehand. I don't think so. I mean, I tried any number of times. Shame on you, Miriam. But that crafty she-devil Juniper has eyes in the back of her head. What chance does your average person have if an undercover reporter like me failed?
I hate this box so much.
Interesting point. Still, Miss Scuttlebutt, won't you get in trouble later for admitting to such underhanded tactics? Why, I plead entrapment.
How was you blurting out your own crime entrapment?
But you haven't scooped me yet. They were all set to use Juniper's script. But Professor Cord's sudden decision not to use the script sparked Juniper's murderous rage. Juniper has to be the killer. She has a motive, and the murder is just like her script.
Anyone who saw the mock trial could have recreated the crime.
After they saw the mock trial, they could have easily staged the body, just like the script.
Objection!
Weary is the trial which pits hawk against canary.
What did you just say?
Haha, he's so weary he should try hoofing less. I bet that would save some energy.
This is no time for jokes, Apollo. He just called me a canary.
Don't let him get to you. At least canaries pick up on things quickly, just like you. I shan't repeat myself, so listen carefully, Sykes Dono. Hugh O'Connor discovered the body before the mock trial even began. How could one stage the body as it is in the script, before anyone knew its contents? That's right. Do you even fathom the intricacies that go into staging a crime scene? No, I think not. You have the rudimentary mind of an elementary school child.
Elementary school? Reporter's testimony throws attorney Athena Sykes through a loop. The perfect caption.
How marvelous! A photo in the newspaper is just the thing to boost your brand. In a school paper? Seriously? I believe you've pressed the witness more than enough, Miss Sykes. Ugh. I want this box to be thrown into the incinerator. I want to hear it screams. Oh my god. Now, do you see how clear-cut my case is? Take it now, and in that fair, desperate mind of yours. Etch it deep so you may never forget.
No, no! Even my arguments get thrown back in my face. It wasn't supposed to be like this. What am I gonna do?
Athena, you should just about have all the answers you've been looking for now. Huh? Think about it this way. If the killer knew the details of the mock trial, would they really commit the crime in the exact same way? Yeah, it does make them, more suspicious. It's like she wanted to get caught.
I don't follow.
Try to place yourself in the killer's shoes. I bet you'll discover an inconsistency if you do.
Ah, I get it. Thanks, Apollo. Miss Scuttlebutt, just so we're clear, you're claiming that the killer intentionally made the crime scene look just as if it were in the script? And that it is beyond the shadow of a doubt not a coincidence. Is that correct? No, duh. After all, it's just more evidence of Juniper's evil she-devil ways.
Objection!
What did I say? What did I say? Her client made the crime scene look just like the script, something known only to her. That would be not just foolhardy, but completely irrational. But what do you mean?
Yes, Miss Sykes. Please tell this court what you mean by irrational.
Wouldn't make any sense for Junie to mimic her own script on purpose because it would mean leaking the script, make her the culprit, not be possible. It'd make her the culprit. Yeah, it'd make her suspicious. The murder scene was the same as it was in the mock trial script. That in and of itself is irrational. What's wrong with them being the same?
Yes, Miss Sykes, care to explain what you mean?
Okay, let's say for argument's sake that Miss Woods is the killer. If so, then what reason would she have to intentionally make the actual murder mimic her own script? That's easy. She was admitting that she was the, That's right. If she had really done that, it would have been like proclaiming to the world that she was the killer. So what we actually have here is evidence of someone trying to frame our client.
Whoa. Her stuff fell out.
The body was found the day of the mock trial. In short, the details were revealed. So it would be completely inconceivable for the murder to go exactly like the script. Don't let it get to your head just yet.
It would seem Justice Donald's comrade in arms has finally drawn her sword. However, the blade is still, and it shall remain so until you master its use.
Enough with the stupid sword metaphors already.
There is a perfectly good reason for the inconsistency of which you speak.
Reason? What reason?
Must I spell out everything? You are what people today call high maintenance. Wow. The accused had intended to stop the mock trial, and in that event, nary a soul would have been the wiser to the similarities of the case and the script.
Objection!
No, the mock trial was only stopped after the body was accidentally discovered.
Objection!
Our witness here had also discovered the body. In fact, she was led to our dearly departed professor by the accused herself.
What? Miss Scuttlebutt saw the body too?
Precisely. And with the discovery of the body, the mock trial ought to have been cancelled.
Wait,
That makes no sense, Blackwell. So many things could go wrong.
wait, so you didn't call the police? Nope, I kept it secret for my big scoop. You can't do that.
I made her pay long and hard penance for her sin. Did I not, my little box top?
Compared to the work of a war correspondent, the sheer terror of that was... Ah!
Jeez, wonder what the Twisted Samurai did to her. Block off all the holes in her box? And spin her like a top while Detective Fulbright cackled in delight? That sounds more nauseating than scary. Enough jabbering. Witness, continue your testimony. Gang, I have a maths test tomorrow. Rip. So I'ma head to bed. But, yes, Matt? That's the last test this week, so let's go! Really? I can stay for longer over the week. Let's go! Yes. Sending you good luck. I'm not going to be streaming much longer anyway. I think I'm going to do this next testimony and then be off. But you get some rest, Matt. Though 3 next week. Rip. You got it. You got it, Matt. I believe in you. Kind of 4 because 1 is stats and mechanics and 1. Enough jabbering, witness. Continue your testimony.
Sure, Mr. Samurai. I'm ready to finish off that she-devil.
What Scuttlebutt saw?
I snuck into Juniper's dressing room while everyone was in the lecture hall. Juniper had changed into her stage costume. I asked her, "What are you doing?" When suddenly, she fled into the hallway as if she wanted me to follow her. I followed her all the way to Professor Court's body. She led me right to it. I'm positive it was Juniper because she was wearing the costume that she had made.
One second. Wait a second. What's up? What's up? What's up, Danny?
Hold it!
I think I know what her reason for hating Juniper might be. Yes. Why did you withhold such key testimony? She has a crush on one of the boys. Why did you withhold such key testimony?
What's that supposed to mean?
Athena, you haven't even started your cross-examination.
I know, but her testimony points to her being a potential suspect.
Well, I don't think Prosecutor Blackwell is... No, wait. I bet he's already thought of that. The witness left the lecture hall to sneak into Miss Woods' room before the murder. One sec. That means she, too, could have moved the victim's body. The prosecution's claim no longer has any ground to stand on. Uh-oh. Help! Now. No need to ruffle your own feathers so. When you squeak like a little brat, it agitates Taka. Do you want him to peck your eyes out?
No thanks.
You listen here. The witness has a perfectly good alibi.
Oh yeah, I do. Around the estimated time of death. I was at an undercover reporter class. It's right near my home.
Undercover reporter class? The proverbial rug has been pulled from under you. The witness could not be the killer. The defense must look before leaping, or at least make sure the rug's secured to the floor. Tried to warn you. Ugh. Well, there ends the cross-examination. Let's allow the witness to step down. Huh? No, wait a minute. The defense has no right to cross-examine the witness after that little spectacle. For whatever a man is sowing, this he will also reap. Why can't he say, you reap what you sow? Very well. If the cross-examination is over, I suppose the witness may go home. It's not, what? That's not how, no. Perhaps spend some time in her lovely box and recover from today's stressful events.
Don't you worry about me, Your Honor. There's no rest for the wicked, or journalists either. My third eye's always eyeing a scoop.
She's always eyeing a scoop?
Well, back to the trenches. Bye-bye.
Hold it!
Oh. Not so fast, Miss Scuttlebutt.
Apollo?
There's just one thing I'd like to ask. Did you take a picture of the victim's body? And if not, why not?
That is... No, I didn't take one.
Well, that's strange. Why wouldn't you take a picture if you're always eyeing a scoop? Did you or didn't you really see the victim's body?
It's not like I, actually saw it, but...
What the devil? Did you hear that, Your Honor? The witness didn't actually see the body. That completely overturns the prosecution's claim that the witness was led to it. Justice Dono, you dare bear steel at me again.
Nice try, boy wonder. So what if I didn't see the body? The fact remains that Juniper led me there. Feast your eyes on this.
And that shows Juniper how? I don't see a face. What exactly am I looking at here?
It's a crucial moment, forever frozen in time by my third eye. A photo clearly showing Juniper Woods.
Why did you not tell me of this?
It's a shocking scoop I was saving for just the right moment. And that would be now, right here in court. Surprise! What did I do? What did I do? All journalists keep their scoop secret until the right moment.
She's pretty brave hiding it from Blackwell like that. Or pretty stupid. Well, this is an unexpected turn. Athena? About this picture. See how it only shows the back of the subject? Ah, so then... Right. Who knows whether this photo shows Juniper in the first place?
Objection!
A completely irrelevant point. What is relevant here is there was someone who did try to lead the witness to the body. Take a gander at this, the route by which the accused escaped. The witness pursued the accused this way after she fled the dressing room. The accused descended to the first floor and exited the quad. Then what, Carton Creighton?
Then I tripped and fell, caught my knee on my own box.
She stayed under her box even while running after someone? Sounds difficult. Recall that the body was already there, for Hugh O'Connor had already seen it. She was trying to show someone the body because she wanted to stop the mock trial.
Hold it!
But if the facts have changed, that's all the more reason to cross-examine the witness. The defense has a point there. Very well. You may proceed with your cross-examination. It seems Justice Dono has saved your pretty little hide, Missy. For now, at least. Phew. Guess I pulled that off somehow.
Thanks, Apollo.
You're a lifesaver. Incidentally, my compliments to the witness for her very fine box.
It's Primo cardboard, lovingly selected from among many.
Tell another lie or hide another fact from me. And I shall put it to the torch. Okay.
Please, anything but that.
I think it would be more eco-friendly to recycle it, but that's just me. Alright, Miss Sykes, you may cross-examine the witness. Lovely. Lovely, lovely. Very excited to Yes, burn her box. What Scuttlebutt saw. I'm very excited to cross-examine her. Tomorrow, gamers. I'm popping off for now. I have a feeling that you guys might want to turn up tomorrow, because if I know a little something about this case, which is very little, but I do know a little bit, it gets very interesting very, very soon. A lot of plot twists about to be had soon, I'm sure. Some that I know about for reasons. But I don't know much else. I actually have no idea who the killer is, or anything about this case, really. But I do know what's coming up. So, thank you guys so much for tuning in. It's been a blast. I'm gonna send you all over to the last great kingdom keepers on the